I am trying to get it set up. And of course, when I set the live up, I forgot I was doing it using the phone. And
you can't turn it?
Because it's already set. I think there's a button that lets me adjust that's the shorts button. I don't know what that button does. That's some sort of magic eraser. I think it's already set up, and I set it on the wrong.
I thought you had it the way it was supposed to be before.
Yeah, but when it set up this time, so we're gonna have
the little rotate button.
The rotate button puts it on the TV, on the refrigerator.
Oh, it goes back.
Yep. So
how about I just stand over there?
what's that camera do? The camera shuts off. Okay. So we're going to be in vertical mode because we don't know what we're doing. So I apologize. It's been a while since I've done a live. I just felt bad that when I set up the premiere this morning, come over here so everybody can see you.
I'm watching my dinner.
It's got 3.5 minutes. So when I did the video this morning from the campground, the vlog, is I normally set them to go at 6 p.m. And I woke up this morning at 6:45 and saw that I missed, that I set it for the wrong time, that Michael and Christy bust the journey. Hi from Texas. So anyway, I saw that when I got up at like 6:30 that I'd accidentally set the live or the premiere for 6 a.m. instead of 6 p.m. And so I felt like, I had 30 or so people come in here and join Cindy and I for the premiere. Peep in so they can at least see you're sitting here, because I've got this thing all screwed up.
Well, they saw me, but I mean, I'm not climbing your lap.
Please
I know you'd
climb
like
my lap.
that,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna today.
But so I'd set it for 6 a.m. So I wasn't even there when the premiere went off. And so I guess y'all talked amongst yourself. I've checked the comments and I don't see where it's allowing me to go in and view the chat yet. It usually takes 12 to 15 hours for it to process all that. So I don't even know what was said. And so I called my buddy up in Michigan that is normally in Montana. He should be coming in here. Thank you, Pratt, for saying the video was good. I'm glad y'all liked it. So he goes, well, you're going to have to do a live tonight. And I said, what do you mean I have to do a live? He goes, well, yeah, you screwed up there. Everybody's expecting you to be in tonight to chat with them, because I love doing the premieres, and I can't see the computer to see what people are writing. I love doing the premieres and all that, and I enjoy getting in there. And so sending love from Bohemia. All right. I guess since the premiere didn't go off as scheduled, it went off 12 hours early. I hope everybody watched it and enjoyed it. So the premiere that we were supposed to be doing tonight, that Say says hi Say, and I hope y'all got to watch it, because you can see how much work this campground has been. And if some of y'all are joining us,
that seems to be the thing for the campgrounds we go to.
Yes, we go from campground to campground. That seems to be a lot. But so for those of y'all who don't know who we are, the pool is finally full. No, Chris, the pool is not. I've got maybe 3 more hours tomorrow morning.
He keeps saying that. I
keep saying the pool is full, but it's not.
You keep saying 3 more hours.
Oh, yes. But yeah, I think this time the 3 hours is a real thing. But so for those of you who don't know who we are, We've been traveling full time. We're Alec and Cindy, and we're sharing the journey. We've been traveling full time in our 32-foot Tiffin motorhome for the past. Cindy's got to jump up and get our dinner. We've been traveling for the past 6.5 years in our 32-foot Tiffin 32 SA, and we work camp our way across the country. So we are in New Jersey at a pretty nice sized park. We've got 316 sites here, and we manage the park. So we were in South Carolina, in Sellers, South Carolina, which the owner of that park, which was Midpoint I-95 RV Park, he liked to call it the gateway to Myrtle Beach. We were an hour and 15 minutes from Myrtle Beach, but we had a lot of families, not a lot, but we had a number of families that would come to the park and would, because our day rate was $59, Cindy?
I think so.
$59, where if you went all the way to the beach, you were paying $149 to $169 a night. And so people could come drive a little bit further to the beach and save a lot of money. So that's why they called it the gateway to Myrtle Beach. So we were there, and we got a call from Ivy Management Group, and then, hey, how are you? And we took this job up in New Jersey, and this is a beautiful park. It's a much older park. If you've watched my last 3 or 4 vlogs, I've shown a lot of the park. I plan on doing a tour this week or next week. I know in the vlog that went out this week, I said I was going to do it this weekend, but I am having some major problems with the swimming pool that I'm trying to work out, and so I may not get the tour of Wading Pines Campground up, but that's the goal. We have been extremely busy, and thank God the people here are friendly and forgiving, because we've already made a few mistakes, and we've had some employees get injured. So like our roads need work on. Well, it's been too wet to work on them, and now I've got to wait for one of our injured employees to come back that can drive the heavy tractor. And thank goodness the seasonals here have been very understanding with me. They're giving me a lot of grace. Is the seasonal camper representative of other places you have been to? New Jersey seems to have more of those. I don't know if that's influenced by local perception. So I will say that we have worked or managed other parks that have had seasonals. And
Seems to be more of a northern
it seems to be more of a northern thing.
state thing.
And the people in the northern campgrounds seem to be, I don't know how I want to say it.
Well,
But
okay, well, let me just stop you.
here's the seasonal camper representatives of other places you've been. Is that?
Well, it's different for a seasonal campground than it is from a regular campground. From your typical regular campground, you're usually traveling to a destination place,
Yes.
or to go on a trip, or to see something specific. A seasonal campground for a lot of people is you have a seasonal spot, and it's kind of your weekend getaway, or a week at the time getaway from your real life. It's a place where you can just go and relax and leave real life at home, at least for the weekend or a week or so at the time.
Yes.
That's how I would explain it.
And that's a good way to put it. And you don't see that as much down south. We So I was the operation
Because
manager.
they're open year round.
Yeah, because they're open year round. It's like in Minnesota at the campground we were there. I was the operation manager, and Cindy was the store manager of that park. So basically, we were the assistant managers, and they had a large seasonal backing, also, or the park was a lot of seasonal people, and we've never run that in down south or in destination places like in Yellowstone. So we had a 324 site park. This is 316. So I'm gonna show you what Cindy's fixed: French fries and meatloaf.
Leftover meatloaf.
Yes, the seasonal campground is a poor man's cabin. At least that's what it is in Minnesota. Yes, so I would say I wouldn't say a poor man, but
They're expensive.
they're expensive. I think the seasonal here is 57 or 5600. Hey Bob, 57 or 5600 dollars a month, but you get to leave your camper here full time. When we were in Minnesota, it was $6,000, and that's been 3 years ago. $6,000, and if you re-upped for the next season, then hey Debbie, if you re-upped for the next season, then you get to leave your camper in place
You mean you want
over
a
the
fork?
winter. I want a fork. Yeah, I want some ketchup. I got a French fry, organic ketchup. So we were when we were there in Minnesota, it was the same thing. It was like a working man's vacation home, is how I put it. But when we were in Montana, still cheaper than property taxes or buying a cabin. You are so right, Kathy. When we were in Montana, we were at a 324 site park, 348 in Yellowstone. Now that's a destination park. We had 100 check-ins a day, easy, all season. The season wasn't but 4.5 months, but we didn't have any seasonals. And don't ask me. Yep, I got a fork for my meatloaf.
or winter Texans, or
Or winter Texans or whatever. And don't ask me if I like
or snowbirds.
seasonal
or,
parks better than non-seasonal parks, because they're both
they
serve
have
different. They both have their pros and cons.
And they both have their own challenges. And
Yeah, it's like in a non-seasonal park like Yellowstone. Bob says, "Feed the man." She's trying. In a non-seasonal park like in Yellowstone, we had 100 and something check-ins a day. It's a lot of site prep, a lot of cleaning fire pits, a lot of, here the electric's plugged in and it stays. You don't have the wear and tear on the stanchions. You're right. Wow, it was a lot. But here you plug in once and it's done, and you're done for the season. So you don't have as many problems like that. But with a seasonal park, you have more personalities to deal with, right? Would that be a good way to put it, Cindy? Because in the destination parks like Yellowstone, somebody's there for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, Bob, I just walked in the door in time to do this. Jim wants to know where his food is. The food is good. But when you're in a seasonal park like we were in Minnesota and like we are here, then you see people day in and day out when
and
they're
the
here.
other thing about,
And you deal with the personality for the entire season instead of just...
well, and I wouldn't even say, to me, a destination park where somebody's only there for a couple of days, you get your people who don't care about the park, leave trash everywhere, and they could care less. At some of the seasonal parks, they care a little more about the way their site looks, about, picking up trash and not leaving stuff laying all around, because they want their park to look nice.
Because this is their home away from home.
Right. They want their site to look nice. So,
Like if you go back and watch my last 2 or 3 vlogs, and I encourage you to, I show off a lot of the sites, a lot of the work that our seasonals have done here to make their sites are nicer than some people's homes. With all their rock and their outside tents and their fire pits and the everything. And then we get to do things at this park that we don't do at a destination park. Like we have a concert almost every weekend. Well, I think from now through October, we do have a concert every weekend. So. And you don't have that at a destination park. People come in they set up, they leave the next morning to go into
West Yellowstone or wherever,
or Glacier or wherever we are. And then they come back at night, they're exhausted, they put the kids to bed, they hardly go to the pool, they hardly do anything. And then they check out and you clean up their site and you get ready for the next ones.
Or you get all the rental campers who come in who know absolutely zero about camping.
What is that, RV America? What is Cruise America? Oh my gosh, those things are absolutely awful.
And a lot of them would be foreign, and you could hardly
English.
even understand them.
Look at that. Cindy wraps her meatloaf in bacon. Chance is going like, I want some. Puma's rubbing up against my leg. But so they're all different. This park we're at right now, and I know we're rude, we're eating, but we're about to starve. It's the first thing we've had to eat all day. So this is the shirt right here. I'm at Wading Pines. It's on, I think it's the Wading River. We do kayak and canoe trips, and we're right in the Pine Barrens, and you can go right outside the campground to a beautiful forest. I showed some of that on the last vlog that went up this morning, and please go look at that when you get through with this. But I know we can't see Cindy because Cindy doesn't want to eat on the camera, so she's staying off to the side, Bob.
Well, or I'd have to sit in his lap.
Well, and I'm fine with that. I am 100% fine with that. And like she says, I did good, Bob. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. But this has been a tough park. A lot of the seasonal park, we've only been to 2, and they've both been older parks.
Yes.
That have need a lot of love and attention. And people that are seasonals at the older parks that need love and attention, they see a new manager coming in, and they want the love and attention immediately. And I'll be the first to tell you.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know what I don't know.
Well, and they see it as being hopeful. That there's new management, there's new owners, there's new everything. And they're hopeful that things are going to get improved.
Yes.
And that things are going to get better and updates are going to be made. But unfortunately, because they just bought a new park, they're having to really budget and do the improvements over time. So, I personally, I'm going to do a little plug. I personally would like to see seasonals share information about the park. And, I know new owners like new, shiny things to show people who are coming in that people would see immediately. And that's good. But lots of times that's not the stuff that needs to get fixed or repaired first. So I think instead of complaining to the new owners, it would be helpful for you to share information about your park and things that need to be upgraded or updated and why. Just so they have a little bit of background information. And that way they'll know better how to spend their money in the future years coming.
Yeah.
Don't you? I mean, I think that would be helpful.
And I'll tell you what stemmed that is we just got it's not open yet because I'm still building it, but we just are installing a new jumping pillow.
And I had no idea how much was involved in that.
There's a lot involved, and we're about.
And you didn't either.
No, I've never.
We've never done one
put
from
one
the ground up.
And so we're about 65% through, and we've probably got 2 more weeks. I hope to have it open for Memorial Day is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had a number of seasonals at this park tell me, said, I know the kids are going to love the new playground. I know the kids are going to love the jumping pillow. But this park needs
X, Y, and Z.
Electric updates. It needs cable updates. It needs internet. A whole host of things that they've told us. And they go, why didn't they
I wish they had done that instead
stick
of
that money into electrical upgrades or painting the buildings or putting a new roof on something that needs work. And so I tell them, I said, they're trying to do something that is very visible and that people will see immediately to know that we're trying to improve the park. You can't see a bunch of wires underground, which we are getting ready to start. Yes, budgeting is a challenge, yeah. But we're trying to, the owners want to do something that is visible to show that they care. And we are getting ready to, next week, start
an electrical
a
project.
$65,000 electrical project to upgrade one of the areas. But they did the feel-good stuff first. So it was, you come in the park and boom, you see this colorful jumping pillow or this brand new playground that they just put in. And then they're going to do the other stuff. Hey, Brooke, thank you. Sorry you're late, but you're here. Bon appetit. And that reminds me why I've got a few of our members in here. If you look at this, where it's where Brooke made a comment that says member 10 months on the rotor. On the rotor is our highest level of membership. And in that membership, I'm supposed to send a postcard out every month. I have got last month's postcards sitting on the dashboard.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have not. We have been so busy and I feel so bad, so I have to send 2 postcards this month because I don't feel like I can leave the park. So,
but we've got a really fun one.
We do have a fun one, yes. But so I'm gonna get those in the mail. And Brooke, I apologize that I haven't gotten it out. Thank you. She said no worries. She knows we're busy. But I made a commitment to y'all and I need to honor it. And so I apologize. Is what I'm gonna say is I'm sorry. And then Jim's a member, if you see the little symbol. So we have memberships from 99 cents to $19.99. And people who try to help support us. The other thing you'll notice that since we've been here is we used to put out 2 and 3 videos a week. And I'm struggling to get 1 video out a week right now. Because we are literally,
I'm struggling to get out of bed being the
I know. There's so much to do at this park. I thought the last park we were at down in South Carolina had a lot to do. But I think the difference in this park is people are appreciating, and they'll come up to me and tell me, I know y'all are working hard. Like the little couple right behind the bathhouse across from the store. She flagged me down the other day and she said, you know, I know you and Cindy are working so hard. I want to let you know how much we appreciate it. 'Cause we don't get that much. And so that makes me feel good that they did that. Yes, I am in the thick of it. Yes, thank you. Cindy's in the thicker of it because she's doing all the accounting.
And the scary part is as busy as we think we are now, but I guess more of it is with getting everything open and ready and all that. Everybody keeps going, looking at us and going,
No,
you ain't seen nothing yet.
Hey, JK, welcome. Thank you. Yep, we're in Jersey now. It's our first time. Chuck and Nan, glad to see you. But we are in the thick of it here for sure.
Not yet, apparently.
So we're told wait till Memorial Day that we ain't seen nothing yet. So we'll see. If y'all don't see any videos after Memorial Day, you know we didn't survive it. So, does anybody have any questions? Put them in the thing, in the comments section, and I'll try to answer them. But we love work camping.
And if anybody's got any ideas on quick and easy food that I can have pre-cooked that we can just heat up, that would be wonderful.
Glenn, you know, Glenn Rambo just put, hey y'all, did you finally get a day off? And so Carrie is our regional manager, and she sent me an email the other day, says y'all have got to slow down, y'all have got to take a day off. And I told her, I said, we've got a day circled on the calendar. We're going to take a day off. November 18th. That should give us enough time to get the park closed for the winter. Bob says, how many people have been arrested so far this season?
None.
None. Now, we did have 5 state police and 2 park police in here the other day for a crazy drunk woman. But she didn't go to jail.
And my comment was it must have been a really slow night and every cop in the area showed up.
Jim says we're busy beavers. Yes.
Or we found out later.
So get this. So we're in the middle of a national forest. Mm-hmm. It's 1.3 million. If I'm wrong, let me know. 1.3 million acres. And there's no local police here. So we either have the state police or the park police.
Oh,
I don't know that number either, but that's a local number. Why don't you step over there and make sure it's not something wrong in the park. And the park police are mad at the state police because they're jumping their calls or something. So when we put out, Chance is doing good, he's right here on the floor. When we put out the call for the drunk lady beating on the doors the other night, the park police tried to beat the state police here. So we had 2 state police show up, 3 state police show up, and then 2 park police. And then the state police called their supervisor to say the park police are here. So they sent two more cops. It was one 85-pound lady that had too much to drink.
I guess. Why?
Hey, Dennis and Cindy, how are you? I'm glad you found us. Hold on one second. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Give her the after hours number. Yes, I'll text it to you. Okay, thank you.
One of the employees.
Bye.
Evidently, I'm going to have to go respond to something in the park. What's going on?
No. She didn't want to give our phone number out without checking with us first.
No. I think they get paid per response in New Jersey. You know, we had to call the ambulance in here the other day. I've never seen a volunteer ambulance person before. One of our employees,
thought she was having a heart attack.
thought she was having a heart attack, and we had to call an ambulance. And this ambulance showed up. I forget the name on the side of it, but it said volunteer ambulance. Now, I'm sorry. The taxes in New Jersey are crazy. I think they can afford, just call Rosie on that phone, and that way she'll have the number, because I don't know what it is. Everything is volunteer here. Well, that's sad. But, so the volunteer showed up, and then 2 state troopers showed up, and then a fire truck showed up. So I was talking to the fireman, and the fireman said, you know, we got a bunch of new volunteers that don't know anything about the park. So I said, well, why don't you come over in a couple of days, and I'll give a tour. So then they had a fire engine show up, and I call them brush trucks. It was a regular pickup truck. And then the seasonals were like blowing my phone up, like, what's going on now? You had 7 cops in here the other night. Now the fire department's here. I'm going like, brand new volunteers. I'm trying to show them around the park, trying to get them comfortable. So if something happens to one of these campers in this park, that they'll know where they're going. And I gave them maps. I laminated them maps and all that kind of stuff. And the seasonals were like going crazy, and I had to, every time I do something, I've got to explain it. Let me catch up on the let's see. Rome says, Carla wants to know if you make tips. She has background in catering and bar management. So I have gotten 1 tip. We do kayaks and canoe trips on the river here, and we take you down.
I don't know how to make a phone call.
You just dial the number.
I tried that.
And you push that button right there. I'm having to show Cindy how to use a phone. It's like, oh, it's a rotary. I don't know how to use it.
It is. It might as well be.
It's a flip phone, and she can't figure out how to use it. But so, it's like we have to explain.
Now you're stuttering.
We have to explain it because I lost my. You made me lose track of what I was saying. But so every time something happens here, it's like there's a Facebook page and everything goes out. I haven't joined it, nor would they let me probably.
They wouldn't.
But it's like, but then nobody updates it with what really happened. Oh, I was catching up on the comments, Cindy.
I'm sorry.
Ingy says everything's volunteer here.
Hey, just letting you know.
Jim Merchant says if you ever at Wedgman's, their food is really good. We'll have to try that. We went to Breezy's last night. It was okay. Yeah, Cindy's laugh, Brooke, is... That's what I love about her. Just her laugh, nothing else. Tips on obtaining burn permits. Heck of a time, depending on who you talk to, especially since New Jersey has had wildfires.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't do burn permits here. All I do is try to keep track of if there's a burn restriction, and if so, I let everybody in the park know. I've now got catch up on my shirt, and I'm going to change shirts tomorrow.
Okay.
I try to get 2 days out of every work shirt. I don't have time for laundry. I'm gonna give those to Chance.
That's no joke.
A little bacon fat for Chance. Here, Chance. He likes that. All right, so we got 32 people in here tonight, and we thank you very much.
I can't believe that.
I know, they come for your laugh, baby. Here, this needs... Cindy's going to... I got a couple wings from the Chinese restaurant the other night. I think she's going to do those for me. Jeff says, you only have 2 underwear. So Jeff and Becky, you just see Jeff in the comment section. So him and Becky, we met them from this YouTube channel. and they were going to come to work with us in South Carolina. And then we decided not to stay at that job and come up here. So we invited them to come up here. And they make fun of me because I did a video not long ago about paring down what all you have. And I tell them, we only need 1 week's worth of underwear. You only need, 1 week's worth of socks.
You're rethinking that now, aren't you?
No, I'm not rethinking it. I need a job that allows me enough time to do laundry. And so, Jeff, while you're here, tell Becky, if Becky's in another room, tell her to come here. Tell her I'm sorry I was short with her. I had the absolute worst day in the campground ever. And I was very frustrated that I had to climb in the dumpster because my employees were arguing with each other. So, tell her I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be with her. She was not the issue.
And she did not deserve it.
And she did not deserve it. But that's all I'm going to say about that.
Forrest.
That sounded like Forrest Gump, didn't it? It sure did. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Life is like a box of chocolates, and I wish somebody would buy me a daggum box of chocolates. Because one thing that's happened, that started happening when we were in Sellers at Midpoint, is I lost a lot of weight before I got to Midpoint. The owner of Midpoint was very stressful. And then we got up here, and this park has been, would you say it's more stressful or less stressful? I think it's more stressful because the other park was brand new and I was building stuff. And so there was not...
It's a different type of stressful.
Thank you, Jeff.
I don't think it's more stressful. I just think it's different.
Can y'all hear Cindy okay? She said she doesn't think it's more stressful. I think it's a different kind of stressful. I think it's more stressful because at the other park, everything was new. And I installed a lot of it. So I knew where everything is. So when something broke, you know where it is. We came into work the other morning and there was water in the parking lot bubbling out of the ground. I don't even have a water map or anything of this park. There's no Bible here.
We're working on it.
And for those of you that have not been in work camping before, most campgrounds have a campground Bible. And you open it and it's like, this is where the cable lines are. This is where the sewer lines are. On the next page, this is where the water lines are. On the next page, this is where the plat is, or this is who you call when you need to renew your license. Oh, thank you, Brooke, very much.
So, funny story. We were looking for the cable lines Bible.
Yes.
And we found it in a dust-covered
black binder that said Florida's Cheats. Now, we're in New Jersey. I had no idea what Florida Cheats were or what it was. So I'm talking to, what's the name of the cable company? We're trying to get the cable restored here.
Oh, I forget.
So we're talking with the cable company. They go, we can't do anything.
We need to know where your lines are.
We need to know where your lines are. And I'm going like, okay, well, what are you talking about? They said, you've got a campground Bible. I said, yes. Any other park, I would say we got a campground Bible. There's not one here. She says, well, we will not come back out to trace your lines to see if you have a break, because half our campground is without cable. And unless you are able to find this map. So I'm tearing up. We've got a huge attic upstairs. If you've ever seen an old KOA, it's kind of like an A-frame, and they got the big attic upstairs. So this was never a KOA, but the building is similar. I'm going through boxes. I'm downstairs underneath where the panels are, and where they got boxes in there. I'm going through all the cabinets, and finally, I don't even think I found it. Oh, yes, I did. I looked up and I saw.
And you said, why would there be a notebook about Florida?
So our assistant manager was sitting beside us, and I looked over at her and I said, what is that book? Now, it's right on the bookshelf that I've been sitting with, hey Ralph, that I've been sitting next to my desk since I've been here. There's a cadenza, and on top of that is just a bunch of dust and dirt and crap and stuff that I haven't cleaned up. And I said, what is that? So up there was Florida's Cheats.
And we were like, what's that got to do with anything?
And so the Bernadette, the assistant manager, she stood up and pulled it down, and the very first or second page in there was a hand-drawn map on the back of a Denny's.
No.
It looked like on the back of a Denny's napkin.
It was an old map.
Yeah. I like my
And-
story better.
I'm sure you do. And it had hand-drawn lines,
juice.
and it said cable lines.
And so I scanned it and I sent it to the company, and they're trying to schedule to come out, but it's like, that took half a day of my life, and it was sitting right next to my desk. Oh, I've gotten so daggone sidetracked.
What?
I was saying that if you can see in this video, I really don't need for anybody to send me a box of chocolates, even though Brooke just bought me one. She doesn't know that's what it's going to be used. Because I have, this
We
park
are
is still
plumping
hardwired.
right back up.
Yes. Are there adequate there are no Wi-Fi repeaters. We're in the Pine Barrens. There's a pine tree every 5 feet. You can't, so like most parks, so in Sellers, we installed internet. I got, what's the Tesla? Starlink. I got Starlink, and we put up 8 repeaters, and we pointed all the little repeaters at each other, and the whole park had internet. Well, this place is spread out over, I don't know how many acres,
Well,
but
heck, our work radios don't even go.
our
from
work
one place
radios
to
won't go from
another.
one side to the other. And so, no, there's no internet here. The cable TV,
Very little.
there's a residence here on the property that one of our workers live in, and one is for us, but I don't want to live in it. That's a whole nother story. You've seen pictures of it in the videos. But
Mostly because we like our house and our
There's-
cat. This is the only
place she's known
she's ever known.
besides the trash can. But there's 2 satellite dishes there, and in the outside closet where you'd normally have a washer and dryer, there's a rack of blinking lights that do something, and it distributes signal out underground,
We think.
we think, with wires, and that's how 42% of the park gets cable TV. So I went through with Jesse, one of our employees. We took a little handheld TV and we went to everybody's site. Ralph says he would stay in his RV as well. You're a smart man, Ralph. And we tested every box, and then I took that map with the cable lines. I made a copy of it. I didn't use the original.
Thank goodness.
And I circled all the sites that don't work. And I emailed that and the map to the cable company.
That was a lot of circles.
It's a lot of circles. And the cable company is supposed to get back with me for what it will cost to come out and to map the transmission signals.
And that's scary because it was a lot of money to have them come out to begin with.
Yeah, well, it was $800 and something to get them to come
To
look
come
at it
and tell us
originally.
that we didn't, that they tweaked this and tweaked that, and then they sent us another bill.
And then
Because
now that's
they
both
tweaked-
bills together. That's both bills. They
Because they
replaced a part.
tweaked this and tweaked that, and
And so now we got to have them come out, and they're gonna. I don't know how they do it. I think it's voodoo or magic, but they put something on one end.
maybe the Jersey Devil will get them.
Maybe the Jersey Devil will get them. So they put something on one end, and they can map down and see where the signal break is underground. And then they don't even do the repair. Then I have to hire another company to come in and rerun the cable. So I got to get that figured out and prices sent.
We could have used all that money for another project.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
We could have. But I understand people want cable.
I know. They were promised.
Ralph's
cable,
wife says hello. She enjoys the videos as well. Well, thank you, Ralph. I will say Ralph is probably my highest commenter on my videos. I think Ralph has watched every single video we've put out, even the ones when we started 6 years ago before we quit and came back.
Really?
And I think if you look, yes, Miss Pratt, they do still use cable in New Jersey. They also, New Jersey is the only state that won't let you pump your own gas. You have to have somebody. Yes, that is cray cray. You have
and
to.
let me just tell you, that's scary to me.
Cindy won't go to the gas station.
I will not go to the gas station. I'm not handing some stranger my credit card to do with what they want.
But I almost got.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know they did that, and I was like the first 4 times. I'm like, no, I got this. I can pump my own dang gas. And it's like finally one of them said, "You not allowed." He wasn't from here, and I love not having to. You know, I'm gonna love it in the winter.
I don't know. I'm too scared to hand somebody my credit card for fear they're gonna steal it. They're gonna have a scanner. They're gonna scan my information.
And
I don't trust people. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Here's a good example. We went to Breezy's in where?
He took the credit card.
Where
he
was
went
what?
inside the building.
Tuckerton.
He came back out.
Yeah, and so I handed
There's
him.
no telling what he was doing with that credit card. He may have gone shopping for all I know.
Yeah, JK, we just talked about the Starlink commercial. We put that in our last park. But you got to have the repeaters up. And we have too many trees here for repeaters. But so we went to the Dart gas station.
I don't know what it was.
Near the marina in Tuckerton. We're coming back to Chatsworth. And I look down and I go, "You haven't put any gas in the car."
Yeah, I said, "You're right."
And so I pull in. I hand the guy the credit card because I finally learned that we can't. We're not
allowed.
We're not smart enough to pump our own gas here, even though we pumped it everywhere else. And I was confused too. Yep. If I should tip. Oh, I didn't even think about tipping. But anyway, so he took my credit card.
We've added a whole nother level.
and scanned it on the thing. And then he goes in the building with my credit card and he's gone for like 5 minutes past the time. So I can't wait to see what he ordered from Amazon.
I mean, I don't like it.
Have to been getting a lot of rain. Jim, we have been getting a lot of rain. Let's see, Dennis and Cindy said, off subject, but we're wondering if y'all will ever work at West Yellowstone KOA again. I found you guys there. Actually, the manager, we talked to him last week, and he is very upset that Cindy's not managing the store anymore. And he will pay us more than we make here to come back. But we gave a commitment.
Well, not only that, we
need to be closer to our kids.
Well, and to your mom.
And my mom, yeah.
To your mom and dad. In case we need to get home to
dust and pollen. Yes, them. Jeff. We do need more dust and pollen. So John says,
gosh.
What's the bounce pillow situation? What is that used for? So the bounce pillow or jumping pillow is what I think the original jumping pillow company is the one that puts them out.
Yeah.
It looks like a big pillow you would sleep on, but huge. And we inflate it. We got an air inflator that blows it up, and the kids jump on it like a trampoline.
But it's in the ground.
It's in the ground, so it's level. They can't fall off of it.
They can roll off of it.
And we're doing like a 6-foot perimeter of mason sand around it, so it's soft for if they roll off of it. And everywhere we've been, the kids have loved them. We had one in Santa Cruz, California.
We had a
jumping pillow.
Jumping pad.
Yes.
They make a jumping pad.
Not this company, but another company.
Yes, that sits flat on the ground, but it's about 3 feet high?
Yep, says they have those in Iceland. gets slippery and when it gets wet. Yes.
Yeah, you have to shut it down. You have to deflate it when it's raining or it's really wet.
Yeah, and actually we had kids on it tonight. We had 5 kids in the playground. So I'm not through putting it. I haven't even hooked up the motor to it. We haven't run electric. It's deflated because I don't have electric to it yet.
We finally got the foundation around it good.
And it's rained for the last 2 days
and
here. There were 5 kids running and sliding across it like a slip and slide.
And our guys just didn't put the caution rope back up around it because they figured it was deflated, the kids wouldn't get on it. So they didn't put the caution tape stuff around it again. And we went down there to check on things.
I was at the pool trying to get skimmers to work, and you can see it from there.
And these kids were using it like a slip and slide.
They were running across it, and they'd jump on it, and they were like 3, 4, 5 years old. And
they were having a blast.
They would slide. But of course, Cindy, no one can have fun around Cindy.
I mean.
And so she made them all get off of it and made me go get the rope to put around it.
Because we were told that it has to set and cure.
And cure and settle.
I'm trying to follow the rules.
John thought that was funny. She's not good at following the rules, John.
And if everybody wants to say I'm mean, every one of my children will tell you that I say I'm hateful and ugly too.
Yeah,
don't
mean,
forget
hateful
it.
And ugly. So if anybody wants to come to New Jersey, we are hiring for the snack shack. We've got a position for maintenance, and we've got a position in housekeeping. And do we need one more person in the store?
We might.
So,
hey, if y'all want to come do some campground work, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
So I've got my contact is in the About Me section at the top. Oh, somebody just wrote something. Poor manager. Y'all always stick to your commitments. Evel Knievel can get more superheroes to run his unstoppable park. It's pretty hard to miss a location, to say the least. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. No, Matt. No remote position. Sorry. And Matt just popped in. Matt is...
in person only.
Yep. Matt is one of our oldest members, him and Miss Vicky. And Matt, I hope you heard my apology earlier. The postcards are sitting on my dashboard. I just haven't had a chance to get them in the mail. This week, I'm going to have to send 2 postcards this week. But he is on the Rotor member also. And he gets all the perks. He even got to come and have drinks with us. When you get the pool open, make sure you don't fall in like you did in Texas. Jim, we were in Rockport, Texas, and Jim remembers that video, I guess.
I was in
yeah, but they had, so the pool
Port Lavaca,
came straight
Texas.
across, and then it went in on an indention, and it had like a little stick out. And I was standing on the indention vacuuming the bottom of the pool, and I turned around, somebody said something, and then I thought I was on the edge of the pool facing the other way, and I took a step back and went splash. I will say this, yes, nice memory, Jim. I will say this, I am the only person that's been in the pool here. Yep. Again, we were trying to take the cover off, and the workers are like, I said, somebody needs to get in and push, because it's full of pine straw, push it up over the edge. We can't get it any further. And it's like, I don't have my bathing suit. I need to go home first. And
I need to change. I needed this.
So I took my phone out of my pocket and my radio off my hip, and I just jumped in. Boots, shorts, shirt, hat, everything. And I did it. And that's one thing you'll find about me is I am a hard worker, and I don't have time.
Well, it needed to get done, and it needed to get done then. So let's just get it done and be done with it.
JK, I can't get Cindy to take off any shirt, let alone her Christian shirt. So I don't know how many people that are in here. We got 42 people watching. Thank
That's
you all,
crazy.
everybody. We've only got 11 thumbs up. That's how the algorithm knows that, hey, to recommend us. Becky, about to say, too late, he's already been in the pool. That's right, Becky. Becky saw me when I got out of the pool. And so Becky's one of the ones that heard, hey, we need help. And she came up to help. There's Dennis and them waving. I forget where I was going.
We do that a lot nowadays.
I'm getting so old.
I'm not sure if that's old or just tired.
I could be tired. But anyway, I don't know what I was going to say. But, that one thing, if you've been watching our videos from all the parks we've worked at, you'll know that we don't mind hard work as long as it's appreciated. And I think our regional director here, so this is a corporate park. Carrie manages 8 parks full of managers. And so she has a lot on her plate. But she calls us every day to thank us for...
Well, or just to check on us.
Yeah.
And see if we need anything and if we have any questions. And without Carrie and Bernadette, we'd be drowning.
Yeah, Bernadette's the assistant manager here.
She is fabulous.
She is fabulous. And she said when she heard her name on the video, we went out to dinner with her and her boy toy last night. And
her co-pilot.
Her co-pilot. I like boy toy better. And she was like, I heard my name on the video the other day. I was mortified. I don't know why she was mortified. But we really do appreciate her.
Absolutely.
We appreciate everybody here. I would say 99% of our employees are good as gold.
Absolutely.
That 1%, you know who you are. Thank you, JK. That 1%, I'm coming from you. It's okay that you're late. That just means you have to go back and watch 2 videos from the past to make up for being late to give me my credits for viewing. I'm just kidding. It's really 3.
Oh my goodness.
So we usually do these for about an hour, and it's been 57 minutes. And so down in the comments, if you have any questions, please post them now, and I'll try to answer them. I'm not sure I'll answer them honestly. And they have to be appropriate questions. We've had people ask questions that were inappropriate. We like to stick to work camping, full-time RVs.
Yes.
Thank you, Ralph. And questions about Puma and Chance. Chance, I mean, these 2 poor animals act like they've worked all day. Chance is laying at my feet, practically snoring, and Puma's in her mouse house in the front dashboard, and she's not doing anything at all. Good night. You have to get up early. We're getting ready to get off in about 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us. Yep, have a fantastic evening for you too, Brooke, and thank you for the super chat. We appreciated it. And, oh, look at there. We had more people give us thumbs up. 38 people on and 26 thumbs up. And so if there are no questions, I'll wait around for a few more minutes. We got 1 minute and 8 seconds. Yeah, JK, we'll catch you next time. Now, we have not done a live together in about 4 or 5 months. I did that one by myself. And it's just like by the time we get home, we're so tired. I'm glad we did this. I had fun tonight. Are you still guys going on the air? Looking forward to catching your call sign one evening. So, Michael, I do not have my radio with me. I'm actually... So, if he's asking about my ham radio. I'm a ham radio operator. KI4IDB is my call sign. Kilo India 4, India Delta Bravo, calling CQ. So anyway, that's my call sign, and I used to keep a ham radio on my dashboard.
Well, you bought a handheld,
Yep.
And you've had trouble trying to get it programmed properly.
I got a 2-meter 440 handheld here, but that's only a local radio, and it's not. I prefer HF, and so the goal is maybe for Christmas to get a mobile HF radio with ham sticks for the car, if we can save enough money. And then, Michael, I will get on the radio then, because I enjoy doing parks on the air. If none of y'all are familiar with that, it's where you go into a national park, a state park. Like we're in the Pine Barrens. This would be parks on the air if I was here. And then you can chase certificates and get achievements and awards. I may have contacted 117 countries. So, and I've talked to somebody from every state from when we were in South Carolina, when we were in our home base before we sold it. I had a 50-something foot antenna tower and antennas. And yeah, I've talked to somebody in every state from there, including Alaska. Let's see. Miss Ward said, love the show. Well, thank you. And Brooke wanted to know, are we staying up here for the winter? All right, Brooke. Yes. We don't know yet. I'm trying to work out a deal to where we can have somebody stay in the park, and then we can go do a little traveling and maybe go back and visit my parents in Hilton Head. They've got an RV park right by there that I don't really like. We did a
I can't remember if we did or not.
I know I talked about it in one of the vlogs.
I didn't like that park.
I didn't like that park.
I'd rather stay at the marina.
Yeah. But so we may go down south. I know we get 2 weeks vacation if we do have to stay up here. We'll probably
but
go.
I don't know if it's worth driving the camper back if we've got to drive it right back up.
Thank you, Matt.
weeks.
Yeah, see, everybody knows my videos better than me. Matt says we did do a video from Hilton Head, from the park there. So, what was the name of that? Hilton Head
National
RV Park Plantation.
Something like that. I don't know. I
But
like the marina.
It
better.
was a very nice park, but God, their noses were so high in the air. They were too snobby for me. And so we may go down. We're trying to go back down south. We did 2 winters when we did the Minnesota park in the RV. At least they've got what they call a residence here. And we did, it was -20 in Tiffy. Our Tiffin was very cold. So I don't think it gets as cold in New Jersey. I don't know. I've never been in New Jersey in the cold.
And we haven't done that much research either.
No. But so the answer is they want us to stay the winter. We
have to have someone on property.
We have to have by the township ordinance. Which that's the other thing I'm having a hard time getting used to with New Jersey. Is there's no counties, there's not cities. Everything's a township or a something. And everything's an egg. Little Egg Harbor, Egg Harbor, Egg City. What's up with the eggs?
I don't know.
So yes, Brooke, very cold. So don't want to do negative temps. No, Becky, not at all. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night if we don't have any more questions. I'll stick around for another minute just to see if we have any more questions. If not, it has been, and Becky can put, let's see, out and about, man. Good evening. Good evening, out and about. Night, y'all. But today was the worst day in the campground. My little feelings got hurt today with all the negativity. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and call it a night. So good night, and thank you all for sticking around. And I can tell by the numbers that y'all did not watch the premiere this morning. I think it's vlog 19. It's got a picture of Cindy as the thumbnail, and it says something about superstar. What? I think I put on, yes. Well, you want to start watching our videos. They're quite entertaining. But go take a look at that. Jeff, everybody take care. Thank you, Matt, for showing up, and all the members that showed up. And if you want to support the channel for 99 cents, you can be a member too. I'd rather you do one of the more expensive ones. But for 99 cents,
wow.
You can be a member too. Hey, y'all. Good night. And what did he say? Have another glass of bubbly water. Yes, I need to. Hi from south of the border. We were just there on the way up. All right. Good night, y'all. Take care.
Night.